Alright, welcome. This video is going to be on how to graph lines in the form of y equals mx plus b. So, in y equals mx plus b, it's also called slope-intercept form because your slope is the m value and your y-intercept. My handwriting, man, I love my y right there, but here we go. That is your y-intercept. Okay? So if you're going to use, you just need these two pieces of information, your slope and your y-intercept, to graph your line. So the first step is you're going to use your y-intercept. So use y-intercept which is our b value, to place a point on the y-axis. So since you're placing a point on the y-axis, this means that the b value means you're going to go either up or down. And I think you know which way to go for up and which way to go for down. Up is when it's positive, and down is when it's negative. All right, so you have 1 point on your y-axis, and then your second step is to go ahead and use the slope. So the slope, m, I like to think of the slope as up or down, and then to the right. Okay? Some of you guys may have learned like rise over run, but I don't like that. It confuses me. Rise over run is not enough information. If you want to remember rise over run to the left or right, that works. But I prefer up or down, then to the right. And just like the y-intercept, our up is when it is positive. That's terrible. Terrible plus sign. Okay, let's try this again. Our up is when it's positive. That's still terrible, but I'm moving on. Our up is positive, and our down is negative. Okay, so you're going to place a point on the y-intercept, and then use your slope and move up or down, always to the right. And that's how you get your second point, and that will give you a line. But we're trying to graph lines here, so let's take a look at what this looks like on a graph. So let's graph y equals 2x minus 4. So we have our m value of 2. So our m is 2, but with our slope, we want to think up or down, then to the right. So it's helpful to think of the slope not as 2, but 2 over 1. And then our b value is negative 4. All right, so step 1 is to use our b value to place a point on the y-axis. So our negative 4 means we are going to go down 4 spaces on the y-axis. See that point over there? That is our y-intercept. That's our starting point for graphing this line. All right, now all we have to do from that point is go up to right 1. So I'm going to go up 2 and right 1, and that's my second point. I could stop right here and draw a line. With 2 points, you have a line. But it's good to make a few more, just to get everything to match up. So I'll go up 2 over 1, do that again. Now, I can see where this line's headed. So now's when I can go backwards and go to the left. So to go to the left, I'm actually going to go down and to the left. I'm doing the opposite to go in the opposite direction. I can do that one more time, and that's our line. Now it's a line, so we should go ahead and connect it. So there we go. There is our y equals 2x minus 4. Let's try another one. Let's try y equals negative x plus 3. Okay? All right, so do you know what your slope is? Your slope on this, there's just a negative sign. The missing number there you can't see would be a negative 1. And to make it a fraction, our slope is negative 1 over 1. Our y-intercept, I don't know, I have no idea why I wrote by. Let's get rid of that. Our y-intercept is 3, or positive 3. Okay, so this time, positive y value, or positive b value for our y-intercept, we're going up 3 points. So take a look at the graph. There it is. There's your y-intercept for this second line. All right, our slope is negative 1 over 1. So that would be down 1, right 1. And I could do that a few more times. Down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1, till I get tired of making points. Okay, if I want to go to the left, it would be up and to the left. And you don't want to go to the left until you understand, you see where the line's going. And so that is going to be my y equals negative x plus 3. And connect it. And there we go. Y equals negative x plus 3. All right, so when does up or down, then to the right not work? Let's try one more. What if I want you to graph y equals 4/3 x plus 7. Okay, so think about that. Think about where would you be putting your first point and what's it going to look like. And you might see that we're going to run into a little problem here, but it's not a big deal. Our slope here is 4/3. Our y-intercept is 7. So first step is always going up or down on the y-axis. This time we're going up 7. So I'm going to count up 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. That's my y-intercept. And now my 4/3. My 4/3, if I go up 4, I'm off the graph. It's actually like up here off the graph. But what if I don't even have that space to show that line? So this is one time when up or down, then to the right presents a slight problem. You just have to realize that that's where the line would be headed. And to find a good point that's on the graph, I'm going to actually go down 4 and left 3. And that's the point I have to do. So this is the one exception where up or down, then to the right doesn't work well. All right. And then I continue down 4/3. And I could make my line right there, or I could just do one more point. It's up to you. And then we go ahead and connect it. Okay. All right. Let's have you do some practice now. All right, your turn. Can you go ahead and set up a little graph and graph this line on it? And so go ahead and pause your video and graph this line, and then we'll go over it. All right, so our slope here is 1/2. Our y-intercept is -3. So you're going to go down 3, and then our slope is 1/2. So we're going up 1/2. And I got space. I can do a few more. Go up 1/2, up 1/2, maybe one more. And then if I want to go to the left, I go down and to the left. Missed my y-intercept with my line. Oh well. We know where it was supposed to go. Let's do one last problem that's slightly different than what we've done so far. We got y equals -2/5 x. Why is this different? it's missing something that everything else had, but you just have to know what that missing number is that you can't see. So give it a try. All right, so what is that missing number? This could be a plus 0 on the end, and that's how you would know what to do for your y-intercept. So my slope is -2/5, and my y-intercept is 0. Okay, so this time it's different because our y-intercept is 0, so we don't go up or down. We start from the point 0, 0. Now everything else is the same. We've got -2/5, so negative means down. Down 2, count down 2, and right 5. There's my point. I can fit one more on this graph if I want to. On your graph at home, it doesn't have to be as big as mine. You can just come up with that one point if you really want to. Now to go to the left, I can go up 2 and left 5, and I can connect these. And there is y equals -2/5 x. And that concludes our practice for y equals mx plus b.